and welcome to an extremely late video, the next episode from my series Quick Thoughts On, in which I always talk about different stories from the rich Star Trek universe. I have finally seen the next episode of Star Trek Discovery. It was called Project Daedalus, and these are my honest opinions about it. And of course, because this is a Discovery video, it will be relatively short and relatively spoiler-free. The episode was directed by Commander Riker himself, Mr. Jonathan Frakes. He's a very talented director, and he has a talent to turn a crappy script into a good episode. And that explains a lot about this episode. The story itself is a horrible Star Trek episode, but at the same time it's a really good generic sci-fi episode, if you know what I mean. It breaks canon again, but as I said many times before, they violate the canon so often that I would be much more surprised if they did not violate it in at least one episode. We see the female admiral again, and she wants to talk to Spock. Michael ignores her orders again, this time when she wants to witness the interrogation, and as always, gets not punished. We see some technology, which is cool, but breaks canon again, so I don't know how to feel about it. The good thing is, however, that we finally see something about a character I wanted always to know more about. The famous Robot Girl. A Robot Girl has a name. It's, I think, Ariam, and we finally get to know her as a character. We see that she was a normal human female, and she had a normal human life with a normal human husband. But it's suggested that they had an accident. I want to know more about it, but I'm pretty sure they will talk about it in the next episode. Right? Well, we see her doing a weekly cleanup of her brain. It looks like her brain doesn't have the capacity to hold all of her memories. Please remember that, this is important. So she has to regularly wipe out most of her memories of that week. And this is a very interesting idea. There could be a whole season built around this character. And I realized that most of the background characters have much more interesting personalities than Michael Burnham. Which would not be a problem, but Michael is the main character. If you have seen the previous episodes, you however know that she has downloaded a virus, I guess. I mean, sometimes her eyes go red and then she loses control of herself. So I guess she is under influence of some other entity. What is she doing in the moments when she is not controlling her body? Well, it's a small spoiler, but I have to say it anyway. She is downloading into her memory information about artificial intelligence. Information taken from the giant sphere. So she doesn't have enough disk space in her brain to store all of her memories from the last couple of days. So she has to delete them periodically. But she has enough of disk space for storing of hundreds of thousands or however years worth of data about artificial intelligence. Do they film the first rough draft of a script? Do they actually think about the things they write about? The sad thing is that this script was written by the season 3 showrunner. So tons of canon-breaking things happen. Section 31 is now under the control of the Federation, even though in canon they are separate organizations, and they take orders from an artificial intelligence, which is both incredibly stupid and canon-breaking. And they have a headquarters, which again breaks canon, and the artificial intelligence can produce holograms, which again breaks canon. And the artificial intelligence wants to become sentient by downloading information about artificial intelligence. Wait, how is the AI not sentient when it's able to make its own decisions? But don't think about any of that. We have action scenes, we have a lot of pew pew and a lot of bang bang, cause this is what Star Trek was always famous about, right? nonsensical plots, and a lot of action scenes. But I must admit, the action scenes are really entertaining. Frakes simply knows how to make stuff work. Whether we're watching an emotional character moment or a woman on woman scene. No, not that type of a woman on woman scene. A fight scene, of course. Frakes knows how to keep you interested, even if the things which are happening on screen make absolutely no sense. So I will tell you one slightly bigger spoiler, because I simply have to. The AI named Control will become sentient and destroy all life in the galaxy. That's why the Red Angel travels through time. She wants to prevent that. So yes, Starfleet is controlled by Skynet and the Red Angel is Kyle Reese. So who is Sarah Connor? I'll let you decide. I don't know if I should be angry or happy. I love the first two Terminator movies and try to pretend the rest of the franchise never happened. But Star Trek and Terminator go together as well as vodka and Valium. There is one huge thing happening in the end, but I don't want to spoil it for those of you who plan to watch this episode even later than I did. Sorry for the late day, by the way. So, what do I think? I think the script is really stupid and has nothing to do with Star Trek, but that is typical for Discovery, so what sense does it make to complain about it? And Frakes has, as always, done a wonderful job as the director. The episode is definitely entertaining if you are able to not think about what is going on, and I have to say one more thing: I hate this version of Spock. It's an absolutely ruined character. He's much more similar to the Kelvin Timeline movie Spock, which is a really bad thing. He's absolutely illogical and constantly angry. He's even mad at his so-called sister after so many years, because holding grudge for so long is apparently logical. Overall, this belongs to the better episodes, but only thanks to the director. Definitely not Michelle Paradise, the writer and the future showrunner for Season 3. It's stupid but entertaining. For those of you who like numerical values, on my standard scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is complete garbage, 5 is just average and 10 is a masterpiece, I would give this one maybe 6 out of 10. Slightly above average. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, especially when I now uploaded it almost a week after it premiered in the USA, sorry for that. As I said before, I live in a country where it's available on Friday on Netflix, and I usually watch it with my friend in his house during the weekend, but he wasn't home this weekend, so I had to wait till he comes back and find some time for me. Thanks again, and see you in a couple of days with probably a video about the next episode of Classic Star Trek. Bye.